Hey, it's Dr. Infinity. Welcome to White Pill Media, and we are in search of Kino. This week, I'm going to talk about Batman Beyond a little bit. I'm going to talk about Return of the Joker and the TV show. So there's going to be spoilers ahead. Just so you know, if you're curious, Return of the Joker, it's a really good movie. You don't have to watch the show to see the movie. And if you just have kind of a familiar knowledge, kind of just like general knowledge of Batman, you can just hop right in. It's really simple to keep it together. I will say, if it's your first time seeing it, watch it without subtitles, because there's a part I'm going to talk about in a little bit where having subtitles on spoils something pretty badly for a reveal later on in the movie, which wasn't great. But I saw Return of the Joker before I ever saw the show, and it's really good. I think it's really highly rated by just about everyone. It really looks great. I think it's one of the better looking DC films. I think the animation style kind of recently, I haven't really seen the more recent animated movies, but I think the newer style is just kind of weird. I don't really enjoy it. But it's nice that you have the Jokers and all that. It's the same like Joker gang that appears in that Justice League Unlimited episode, and they're really cool. Dee Dee's cute, so there's that. And yeah, yeah, spoilers and everything, but
Slag it.
He's really got a delicate touch, Dee Dee. Delicate like a moose, Dee Dee.
it's just, yeah, really decent, good plot. Solid animation. Like, you have Tim, you have the stuff with him as a kid, and what the Joker did, and yeah, it got me like the first time I saw it, and still it's one of the ones I enjoy.
Make Daddy proud. Deliver the punchline.
Tim.
Do it! That's not funny. That's not...
It's okay, Tim. It's okay.
So I'm not gonna dive too deep into the show. But with the subtitle or on into the movie, but with the subtitles, there's a part fairly early on where Tim Drake, who we don't know is Tim Drake, walks into Barbara Gordon's office, and the subtitles say Tim. And I know that's not like massive. I know that's not like insanely big for a spoiler. But it is something that is revealed earlier than it is like supposed to be revealed. You know what I mean? It's a small thing, but it is there. It's something I caught, and I'm like, wait a fucking minute. So now I'm just gonna kind of briefly go into the show and why I think it sort of failed. I think the premise is interesting. Just having Batman kind of his body starts to fail, and he needs a protege. And we're in the future and all that, and like I like the setting, and I like Old Man Bruce, and all that's good. I think Terry's a decent Batman, but one thing is the Joker gang in the show is not the same Joker gang from the movie, and they're a lot less iconic to me. They're just not as interesting, or I guess like visually cool. Like it feels like everyone's kind of it's like a good henchman gang. You know what I mean? I don't know if that sounds stupid, but like just the designs are really good in the movie, and they just look more generic, and they don't make as much of an impact in the show. So that was disappointing for me. Terry's overall villains are just worse than Batman's. Some of them are pretty decent, but the ones that are decent, I guess they don't have as many episodes or the time. Like, overall, having Blight as, I guess, our main villain, quote unquote, is he disappears pretty early and he never comes back. There's no, like, hard anchor for Terry for the rest of the show, and no one really steps up to the plate. And I understand you don't want to just have this new Batman also, like, fight the Joker, but he does need a main villain. He does need, like, his antagonist, and he really just doesn't have one. He has a bunch of side villains, and some of them, they just kind of range, and how decent they are. Ink's all right. Who is it? There's Ink, there's Shriek. Blight is fine when he is there. He's nothing, like, amazing. There's that one, like, weird animal doctor guy. He gets turned into, like, a fucking monster. That was weird. He's there. There's Mad Stan, who I enjoyed more than there was any right to enjoy. And he just wants to blow shit up, and he has his little dog. He's fine. I like all of them. The Royal Flush Gang, they were cool. I only really knew about them from, that one episode in Unlimited, Justice League Unlimited? I think it's the final episode where it's about Ace and there's Batman. That's the only place I, like, have seen them before. So it's interesting to see the Royal Flush Gang again. I think 10 is a nice, like, kind of Catwoman for Terry. But, again, it's sort of the problem where she doesn't seem to appear that much. And they're trying to set up all these villains for him. And some of them hit, some of them don't. And the ones that hit just don't really have the time, I think, that they need to develop. I guess that's how I would put it. And, yeah, it kind of another problem is that, you're up against Batman. You're up against Batman's legacy, Batman's villains. And that's a really tall order to fill. But still, it just kind of falls short a little bit. Lacking a central antagonist was really a detriment to the show, I felt like, because it just felt sort of aimless. Towards the end of the show in Season 3, I think it's pretty close to the final episodes, there's a international terrorist organization that is snake-themed. And guess what they're called? It's really great. It's really original. It's Cobra. Isn't that fucking great? I mean, it's one thing if it's a homage, right? But your show is already, like, kind of there's some decent parts, but it's buried under a lot of kind of mediocre stuff. And just having your really generic, like, not interesting terrorist organization called Cobra was just like, oh, fuck it, right? And yeah, I guess some other parts about the show I didn't really care for, where Terry's kind of has this personal life balance and his high school life, his home life, his high school life, and then his crime fighting life. And that's a lot. That's a lot to kind of split up everywhere. I understand, like, I don't really read Spider-Man, but, like, he does the same shit, right? And a lot of heroes do, where they have this big balance. While with Batman, it was, here's Bruce Wayne, here's Alfred, here's kind of his romantic interest at the time, and then maybe here's a Robin or some sidekick, right? So that was another thing where it's just like he was really split up from kind of that kind of aspect, where it's just, it was kind of a teeter-totter balance, I felt like. And I haven't seen the show in a while, but I recently saw some stuff on the Return of the Joker movie, so I wanted to make the video. But I don't know. It's Return of the Joker, obviously. Big recommendation. If you've seen it, watch it again. It's good stuff. And yeah, the show's kind of disappointing. I don't feel like they ever, like, hit a, like, really great villain. I think they have several decent villains that could be something more, but it never really happens. Anyways, that's going to be it from me. I got other shit on my channel, just kind of blah, 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 here and there. It's sort of a mess. If you have like DC stuff you want to recommend or whatever, I'm interested. Thanks for listening. Dr. Infinity out.